Every successful team has a strong code of honor. Hi, everyone. My name is Milos, SAP Logistics Solution Architect for Koretrust. And today I want to talk about something dear to me, something that we in Koretrust have been working on this week, and it's the code of honor. The code of honor, which I believe every successful team has, and that's actually what makes sure the team is aligned and sets them for success. So let me tell you a small story. So this week we're taking time in Koretrust to work on some fundamentals, some basics, and review some basic facts that define who we are, what we do, and what we stand for. And that are some key concepts like the mission, the vision. So the mission, what your company actually is working towards to. So what is your real goal as a company? What is the mission you want to accomplish? What do you stand for? Why you exist? And the vision, why are you following that mission? So what is the dream vision? How do you envision the future, the world, with you accomplishing the mission? But beyond the mission and the vision, one thing that puts teams together and puts people together is also the code of honor. So what is the code of honor? Some people talk about values, but basically the code of honor is the representation of what values your team stands for. It's a set of rules, of behaviors, of expectations that everybody in the team wants to keep each other accountable for. And that's really what makes a team a team. So a group of people working together also on tasks that can be potentially independent from each other, but all working towards the same direction, the same goal, aligned by a clear set of rules that every team member abides by, and that's the code of honor. So a clear example could be, for example, one of the rules could be act as an owner, meaning if you say you're going to do something and you own something, you actually do it and you do what is needed to make it happen. Another clear rule could be the team comes first, which means that, for example, if you set the goal, you could set up that the mission is the first objective, the team is a second priority, and the individual is a third. So you could clearly say that the mission comes first and help your team before you look into your individualistic or egoistic thoughts. Now, it doesn't mean that the individual doesn't matter. It just means that if there is a common objective, a common goal, the team will come together to actually work towards achieving that goal before they start looking into each and everyone's specifics. So putting a team first could be a code of honor. Other things could be always celebrate success. So if something great happens, actually encourage each other, support each other, and celebrate successes together. So yeah, this week we are reviewing it within Koretrust, and I wanted to point out a few special mentions. Maybe let's just say one special mention. I was really captivated by the culture book, which includes the code of honor, the set of rules, the values, the behaviors, the mission, and the vision of HubSpot. So I'm not linked in any way. I'm not going to get anything from promoting them. I'm just citing it because I really liked their culture book. It's basically a PowerPoint of 120 slides, very easy to read, very visual, very graphic. So actually it was a pleasure to go through the 120 slides. Some of us struggle with 20, right? I struggle with 20 depending on the type of slides, but I really like this one because it clearly defined and explained and communicated well what they stand for as a company, what they stand for as a team, what they want to accomplish, but also and especially how they want to accomplish it, and what are the key behaviors and attitudes that they expect from each other and they keep each other accountable for. So really the magic trick, or the magic potion in a way, the magic recipe that keeps a team together. And something very important is to realize that every team will have their own recipe. So there's not one single recipe that works for every single team. Every single team needs to come up with their own unique way of being together, working together as a team. This also happens in sports. Clear example, if you see a great winning team, you will see that they work in a certain way, and they have internally, if you ever went behind the scenes, you will see that internally there are certain behaviors, certain attitudes the teammates keep each other accountable for, they keep supporting each other. So there's a behavior and a set of rules, whether they have been clearly spoken out and written down, or they are unspoken, there is a set of rules that the team aligns around and that makes a team a team. All right. And yeah, let me know, what about your team? Whether you are in the SAP field or even if you're not in SAP. I know someone is following, even if they're not in the SAP area. What do you think is one of the rules or one of the most important rules that your team follows? What do you like in the terms of behavior or attitude, specifically in your team? Let me know in the comments. I look forward to hear from you. And yeah, speak to you very soon tomorrow. Have a great day. Have a great evening. Bye, everyone.